Greetings, I'm the Bulgarian Troglodyte. Today I'm gonna react to this top 200 best Japanese films of all time list by the Kinema Junpo magazine, and specifically this list is by the Kinema Junpo magazine readers and not the critics of the list. But you might remember that last year, I think it was late summer, I reacted to the critics list. I think it's this one from 2009. And back then I thought that I would also react to this readers list, but it took me this long to finally react to it. I mean, I have seen this on my own time, but now I'm reacting to it here on YouTube. So yeah, it says top 200, but it actually has 199 films, and I've seen a pathetic number of those 199 films. I've seen 86. And the thing is that often Japanese people have different taste in Japanese films than non-Japanese film fans. So yeah, it can be really seen from this list that that's the case. But yeah, let's go to this list and definitely let me know how many you have seen from this list and also what you think of this list or any of the films on the list, and especially if you can tell me any info about the films that I haven't seen and whether you would recommend them or not, that would be cool. But I think some films here probably aren't even available in English. Yeah, so that's sad, obviously. But here we have the top 10. Well, the number one is in the surprise. It's Seven Samurai. Although I wish that the number two here, Tokyo Story, was actually the number one, but it is what it is. They are both great movies. And then we have another Kurosawa film, Ikiru. Yeah, very good. Then this is one that not many people in, for example, Europe or America watch this film, but it's called The Castle of Sand from 1974. So this is a slow burn thriller movie which I watched last year, and I liked it quite a lot, but I don't think it's this level of good. But there must be something about it that Japanese people really love, because I think this was high in the critics list as well. But yeah, in the here in the West, it's not as well known. But yeah, it's definitely a good movie, very much worth watching, very 70s. But to me, it's more like a 4 out of 5 than 5 out of 5 type of film. But this next film, on the other hand, Floating Clouds by Mikio Naruse, probably the first film I ever watched from him. I absolutely love this film. It's a masterpiece, so I'm glad to see it here. And this is quite highly rated also by European and American critics, because it has been on the Sight and Sound list, for example, in the past. So yeah. So these next two films are very high on my watch list, but I haven't seen them, unfortunately. So we have this Keisuke Kinoshita film. This I think might be even his kind of most highly rated film, but I just haven't seen it yet. But it's called 24 Eyes. I think it's available, for example, in the Criterion channel, and Criterion channel has so many Kinoshita films in general. If you are interested, I've watched quite a few, but just not this one. But it definitely sounds like something that I'm gonna like quite a lot. Although Kinoshita, like, he's a filmmaker whose films I've liked quite a bit, but none of his films have become like all-time favorites for me. I think the closest one, or my favorite one currently, is The River Fuefuki. That one I liked a lot, but generally I think he's a good director, but not a great director. Although I think he was the mentor of Masaki Kobayashi, actually. So that's something. And I've heard lots of good things about this, A Fugitive from the Past from 1965. I think this is a Tomo Uchida film, right? I think this was released by Arrow, and I've heard again many people mention that they really like this film when they watch the Arrow Blu-ray. So I'm quite looking forward to this one. Then we actually have Kurosawa's Redbeard so high, which I'm glad to see, because I think it might be his best film. Definitely in terms of the themes and the message of the film, I think it's definitely up there. Yeah. Then we have High and Low. Again, another obvious choice, but yeah, don't mind seeing it here. Although I think having four Kurosawa films in the top 10, it's a bit too much, even though definitely there should be some Kurosawa in the top 10, but I don't think there should be four. Yeah, but I get it again. All of these are well liked classics, so yeah. But this next one I haven't seen, Muddy River, and I don't know that much about it, but I want to see it. Then the next five, I've seen three of these and two I haven't. So Junpo again, another Kurosawa film. Yeah, and I think I've sometimes heard that Japanese people actually don't like Kurosawa as much as Westerners do, but I think this list kind of says otherwise. Then we have one of the early Miyazaki films, Lupin the Third, The Castle Cagliostro. So this is one that I haven't seen yet, but I've heard good things about it. But it's pretty interesting that this is the highest rated one because I think most people uh, here in Europe or America would rate like Spirited Away or Princess Mononoke and some others as the highest one. But yeah, looking forward to watching it. And again, I want to mention, by the way, that again, the ratings that you see there aren't my ratings, but they are the ratings from the person that made the list. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Yeah, I think this is also a great Studio Ghibli film. Probably top three or top four for me. Yeah, beautiful. And this I've wanted to see for a long time, but I haven't yet. It's called The Man Who Stole the Sun. I believe this is available in the Rare Film website, but just haven't gotten around to it yet. And I think the print might be pretty bad, but yeah, it looks like a very interesting film. And I mean, look at this poster as well. Yeah, it's very striking. Then we have Kobayashi Seppuku. I'm glad that it's this high, although I think it should be higher. And it's better than the couple samurai films that we have ahead of it. Like, I mean, it's better than Yojimbo and Seven Samurai put together, but yeah, whatever. Then I've seen four of these films, and one of them I really want to see. So this one I haven't seen. It's called again IRU, You and Me, and also another title for it is Exchange Students. So it's an early 80s Obayashi film, and I love Obayashi. And I really want to see this film. I'm so excited to watch it, and I think it is available in the Internet Archive website. But I think I started watching it once, but then the picture quality was so bad, or maybe it didn't have subtitles or something, so I turned it off. But yeah, looking forward to watching that. Hopefully, I can find a good copy someday. Ugetsu by Kenshi Misaguchi. Glad to see it here again. I think Shansho the Bailiff is better than this, but this is also a masterpiece and one of the greatest films of all time, so definitely deserves to be here. Then we have Shun Shiwai's Love Letter. I think in again Western countries, All About Lily Chow Chow is usually his most popular film or the one that people talk about and laugh. But I actually also like this one more than All About Lily Chow Chow. This one is a beautiful, hypnotic, melancholic, bit of a tearjerker drama as well. Like it's really good. It's very sentimental, and you can argue that maybe it's too sentimental, but I didn't mind it that much. Then we have another Obayashi film, Miss Lonely. So glad to see it here. This is one of my favorites from Obayashi. Just so nostalgic, beautiful, whimsical, funny, yeah, melancholic. Just so great. The Life of Oharu, of course, it should be here. It's hard to say whether I prefer The Life of Oharu or Ugetsu because they are both again 5-star masterpieces. So yeah, glad to see a couple of Misoguchis here. Then interesting stuff here. So we have Vengeance is Mine by Shohei Imamura. Yeah, I think this is one of Imamura's best films. I think The Insect Woman and this one is probably my two favorites. Although I need to rewatch both of them. But yeah, great 70s, very transgressive thriller. Yeah, like it a lot. Then we have The Yellow Handkerchief. Haven't seen this one and don't know much about it. But yeah, definitely want to watch it if it's available anywhere. Then we have Ozu's Early Summer, and we had Tokyo Story already. But interesting to see that this is higher than Late Spring. I think again here in the West, uh, usually Late Spring is rated higher than Early Summer. Yeah. Then we have Godzilla, the first one, which is a decent movie, but again not really my cup of tea. But of course, it has so much cultural significance and people love it, so I can kind of understand why it is here, even though I don't necessarily agree with the choice. Then we have The Little Girl Who Conquered Time, again another Obayashi film. Obayashi seems to be a very popular director in Japan, which is great to see. But this isn't like one of my favorites from him, but it's a very, very good movie still. So yeah. Then we have Fall Guy. Haven't seen this one, but definitely want to check it out. The Castle in the Sky, another 80s Miyazaki film. Definitely a very strong effort from him. Although I don't think it's one of the best ones, but it's still like very, very good. So yeah. The Inugami family I haven't seen, but really want to see it. The Twilight Samurai. Yeah, I think it's a good movie, but yeah, it's not this good. I think to me it's just yeah, pretty good movie, but not great. I think it's just kind of stylistically and everything. It's just so kind of mainstream, and to me it feels quite commercial, especially compared to something like Seppuku and stuff like that. So when you compare it to the greatest samurai films of all time, it doesn't compare very well, but it's still a decent movie. Rashomon, yeah, another Kurosawa, yeah, deserves to be here. So this one I've wanted to see for a long time, and this is available on Eureka Masters of Cinema, although it has been out of print for a long time, but it's also in the Rare Film website the last time I checked, and the copy there is actually, I think, 720p or something, so it should be pretty decent. But yeah, I think this film also has a couple of different names, like Bakumatsu Taiyoden and a Sun Tribe myth from the Bakumatsu era. Yeah, but this is a classic, really want to see it. The Emperor's Naked Army marches on, so this is very embarrassing that I haven't seen this because I've heard from so many people that this is a masterpiece, so looking forward to watching it. Then we have one of the Torasan films, It's Tough Being a Man. I think I just saw one of the viewers of my channel rating this on Letterboxd just like an hour ago or something, so or at least I think he rated one of the Torasan films. I'm pretty sure it was this one, but yeah. I haven't seen any of the Torasan films. The Life of Matsu, The Untamed. Yeah, I haven't seen this one. I have heard of this, but I don't know much about it, but yeah, I want to see it. Kids Return by Takeshi Kitano. So this is the highest rated Kitano film, and I think it's definitely one of his best, definitely the top five Kitano films, maybe top four even. So yeah, but I think there are like again 2 or 3 films that are better than that from Kitano. So then we have My Neighbor Totoro. Yeah, might be the best Studio Ghibli film in my opinion. Love it. Then we have Humanity and Paper Balloons. I've wanted to see this for a long time, but still I haven't gotten around to it. Then Shall We Dance is quite a very popular film, I think in Japan. And I've heard, for example, Daisuke mention this as well. I think this is available in the Internet Archive website. I really need to watch this one. It sounds like something that I will like quite a lot. So yeah. Then this is also from the same director as Humanity and Paper Balloons. So it's Tange, Zazen, and The Pot Where the Million Ryu. So I think again these are big classics of 30s Japanese cinema. So I'm looking forward to watching them. Yeah. I think I heard saw like a clip on YouTube where I think Tony Raines talked about this director, so Sadao Yamanaka. Yeah, so that was interesting. The Family Game by Yoshimitsu Morita. I reviewed this film last year. I like it a lot, and it's a very Japanese film. It tackles many themes that are very relevant to many Japanese people. So it's very understandable why it is here, and it's a very strong film. So yeah, I don't mind seeing it here. So this one, unfortunately, I haven't seen. It's Chikeuner Waisen. I think it's part of the Taisho trilogy. I really want to watch the Taisho trilogy films, and I've been meaning to watch them for at least 6 years or something, but still haven't gotten around to them. Yeah. Well, now we have late spring, so glad to see it here, but it should be even higher. The Hidden Fortress, yeah, one of my favorite Kurosawas. It's so much fun. Well, if this was my list, this would be in the top 10, but it's Pastoral to Die in the Country by Suchi. Terayama, an utter avant-garde masterpiece, one of the most beautiful looking films ever, one of the most interesting films ever, one of the most unique films ever. We did a podcast on this if you're interested. Yeah, watched it 3 times now and it just keeps getting better and better. Sonatin by Kitano. Yeah, it's of course one of his more popular films, so not surprised that it is here. Well, now we have some good films here, so these two are among my favorites. So we have Koreeda's Nobody Knows, might be even his best film, definitely one of his best, a masterpiece, so definitely should be here. Then we have The Crucified Lovers by Kenji Mizoguchi, I think. Outside the big three, this is probably the best Mizoguchi film, and it's one of his masterpieces, so glad to see it here. And this also has a alternative title called A Story from Chikamatsu. That's the title that Criterion went for when they released this, for example. Stray Dog, very solid film from Kurosawa, probably maybe the best film he did in the 1940s. Departures, yeah, this was very beloved when it came out. It won, I think, lots of awards, and I also like it a lot. I have the Arrow release, Where Spring Comes Late, haven't seen that one, and I don't know that much about it. The Human Condition, glad that it is here, but it should be at the very least in the top 10, but it should probably be in it as top 1. And next to it, you could put Sancho the Bailiff, Seppuku, for example. But yeah, anyway, her brother, haven't seen this. If I remember correctly, this is Konichigawa film, but I might be wrong. And isn't this adaptation of the Makioka sisters, maybe Konichigawa as well? Although again, I might be wrong, but I really want to read the novel, but also watch the adaptation. Yeah. The Story of the Last Chrysanthemum. Yeah, one of Mizoguchi's masterworks and probably his best film from the 1930s. And I know many people absolutely love this film, so great to see it here. Hula Girls, haven't seen it and don't know much about it. This one I haven't seen either. Days of No Return, and again, don't know much about it. The Naked Island, on the other hand, by Kaneto Shindo, a masterpiece, such a beautiful movie. Not much dialogue, not much happens, but it just has this aura of beauty. Yeah. This I think already mentioned that this might be Imamura's best film in my opinion. It's The Insect, a woman, a perfect Japanese new wave film. So glad to see it here. Yeah, this one watched last year and don't get the hype for it. It's not really my type of film. So it's Battles Without Honor and Humanity, Part 1. Lullaby to Kill. Know nothing about this one. Yeah. Yeah, the All Times of Joy and Sorrow. Yeah, this one I really don't know either. Oh, it's I think a Keisuke Kinoshita film as well. So yeah, good director, so probably a good film. Sanshuro, yeah, a fun Kurosawa film. Tora-san meets the songstress again, so another Tora-san film. Then we have the Rockin' Horseman, fun Obayashi comedy about music. So yeah, really solid, but not one of my favorites from Obayashi. But this one, on the other hand, might even be my favorite Obayashi. So it's Chichuko's younger sister. I think this is available on YouTube, for example, but it's very bad quality. So hopefully you can find a better copy if you want to watch it. But it's absolutely beautiful and I think very accessible as well. This one, The Cherry Orchard. Yeah, I haven't seen this one, but I have heard about it. Heard about it, and I think if I remember correctly, the plot of this is that there are some people who are gonna do the Chekhov play. They call it the Cherry Orchard or something like that. Yeah. Foundry Town. Haven't seen this one and don't really know anything about it. Always Sunset on Third Street. So this one actually checked the letterbox profile of just before starting this video. So it looked very interesting and sounded like something that I would like a lot. So I'm gonna try to find a copy of this soon and then watch it. Two Hearts in the Rain. Yeah, I haven't seen this one. I don't know really anything about it, so cannot comment. An Autumn Afternoon, an absolute masterpiece, one of Ozu's best films. I think it should be even higher here, but I'm glad that it's on the list. Then what was this called? Wet Sand in August. Again, haven't seen it. And this is part of the Battles Without Honor and Humanity series. This is the part three called Proxy War. So I have only seen the part one. And as I didn't really like the part one, I haven't watched the others, but I'm gonna watch them at some point. The Tragedy of W. Haven't seen this one. Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Cure. Yeah, a great movie. Rewatched it earlier this year and liked it even more on the rewatch. But there are a couple of other Kurosawa films like Charisma and Tokyo Sonata that I like more. And even Retribution and Pulse I like maybe more than Cure, but Cure is still a great movie. The Gentle 12, know nothing about that one. So this has been on my watch list. I believe this is on the Rare Film website, but it's called The Youth Killer. I think this might have been again produced and released by the ATG Art Theater Guild production company, and they've produced so many of my favorite Japanese new wave films. So I have very high expectations for this one. But yeah, no, well, this is one of my absolute favorites, as you know, Kamikaze Girls. So I absolutely love this film and so glad to see it here. And this is one of my absolute favorites as well. Love Exposure by Sion Sono. Absolute craziness from start to finish. Absolutely love it. Hana and Alice by Shunji Iwai. Yeah, maybe my favorite Shunji Iwai film. It's either this or Picnic. Yeah, absolutely love this. Like romantic triangle type of film. Yeah, it's so beautiful and fun. Fighting Elegy. Been meaning to watch this one, but haven't yet. That's on Criterion, I think. Yeah. The Great White Tower. Don't know much about this one. And this is by Keiku Mai, Sandaka number 8. Been meaning to watch this. I think this is on the Criterion channel, but I haven't watched it yet. Distant Thunder. Haven't seen it. Watch Higi. Haven't seen it either. A Gentle Breeze in the Village I watched last year. It's a solid slice of life movie, but not one of my favorites. Submersion of Japan, haven't seen it. Memories of Matsuko by the same director that directed Kamikaze Girls. Yeah, this is a really beautiful movie. Glad to see it here. Mr. Thank You, I think this is a Hiroshi Shimizu film, haven't seen it. Double Suicide, a very solid movie, again available in the Criterion Collection. The Rendezvous, haven't seen it, don't know anything about it. Yeah, looks from the poster that it might be a love story, so I probably will love it. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence by Nagisa Oshima. I guess this is the highest rated Oshima here, which I disagree with, but it's one of my favorites by him, but not my number one favorite, but it's a masterpiece. Tokyo Heaven, I haven't seen. Princess Mononoke, yeah, one of the best Studio Ghibli films. Should rewatch this one soon. Swing Girls, yeah, really fun movie, all about music. Yeah. The Long Darkness by Keiku Mai. Absolutely love this film. It's beautiful, simple, and very humanistic. So I'm really glad that it gets the recognition that it deserves on this list. Because in my opinion, it'd be even a bit higher. Still Walking by Koreda, one of his masterpieces. So of course it should be here. It probably should be a couple dozen places higher at least. Brothers and Sisters of the Toda family, Ozu film. Not one of his best in my opinion. I think they could have had many others before this one. But maybe this just has some special significance in Japan. So yeah, but it's a good movie. Immortal Love I haven't seen, but it's on my list to check out. Kiki's Delivery Service, along with My Neighbor Totoro, is my favorite from Studio Ghibli. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the camera films. I think there are a few of them. I mean, I don't even know how many there are, but I haven't seen it. So that was the first 100. Yeah, this one I haven't seen. Blood of Revenge. Gone in. So this is definitely one of my favorite first time watches of the year. I think I watched the longer cut. This is available in very good quality in the Internet Archive website. It's such a fun, homoerotic, very stylistic uh, thriller. Absolutely loved it. Darkness at Noon, haven't seen. Graveyard of Honor, haven't seen. I think this is available on Arrow as well. Spirited Away. So interesting that it's so kind of lowly ranked here because usually this is in many other lists ranked so high. Street Without End, an early Mikio Naruse film. Yeah, definitely a solid film. I think also available in the Criterion channel. But yeah, I probably wouldn't put it here. I would put some of his later work here instead of this, but it's good. I Live in Fear by Kurosawa. Yeah, solid film by him, but not one of his best. Yeah, I wouldn't put it this high. Husband and a Wife. I haven't seen this one. Don't really know anything about it either. Hokkaido, Hokkaido, Yotsuya, Raidan. I think I watched this last year, was it, or early this year? But yeah, it was a solid movie, but and not one of my favorites. The Ceremony. I think this is an Oshima film that I haven't seen yet, but glad to see Oshima here a second time. Then we have a film called Station. Don't really know much about this one either. Hanabi. Yeah, this I think is probably Kitano's best film, so glad to see it here, but I think it should be a bit higher. This one I've wanted to see for such a long time. It was recommended to me many years ago by the great Daisuke Beppu, but I haven't been able to find a good quality copy of this. I've seen copies of it online, but they've always looked like shit, so I haven't watched the film, but yeah, I have really high hopes for this one. A Scene at the Sea, definitely top tier Itano as well. Such a beautiful painterly film. So this one I haven't seen, The Hidden Blade. I think it's again by the same director as the Twilight Samurai that we already had. So I have some reservations for this, but I think I probably will enjoy it. Yeah. Summer Days with Goo. I haven't seen this one. The Demon. Heard good things about this. I think, for example, from my friend Alpes. But yeah, I haven't seen this one yet. But I think it's available in the Criterion channel. Night River. Don't know anything about this one. Disciples of Hippocrates. Hippocrate. Yeah, I haven't seen this one. And again, don't know much about it. I guess maybe it's about like doctors, and it looks like it. And again, based on the title, so MacArthur's Children. Yeah, haven't seen this one. Knockout. Haven't seen this one either. Yeah, you can again see that. Again, I've seen kind of most of the huge Japanese classics, or okay, the ones that we consider classics here in Europe and North America, etc. But Japanese people have like a different canon that we have. So yeah, Night in Nude. I've heard about this, but haven't seen it. She Was Like a Wild Chrysanthemum. Decent movie, but I think it shouldn't be this high at least. Red Peony Gambler. Orio's Return. Haven't seen this one, but if I remember correctly, this film, and I think there's like a series of films. I think they were released by some label. I don't remember which label. The Eel, Shohei Imamura film. Very good. Available on the Rare Film website, and I think Radiance also released it recently. I just didn't do it. Yeah, on my watch list, but I haven't seen it. So this is a Mikio Naruse film that I haven't seen called Lightning, but I've heard that it's one of his best, so I'm very much looking forward to it. And this is a Imamura film that I've been meaning to watch, but I haven't yet. It's called Intentions of Murder, but it's probably gonna be very good. And again, it's available on the Criterion channel. Die Machine, I think if I remember correctly, available on Arrow, but I haven't seen it yet. And I'm vaguely interested in watching it, but it doesn't look like my type of film. Boy, one of Nagisa Oshima's best movies, and I think it would be a good entry point into his filmography as this is really a simple story compared to some of his crazier stuff. Then we have The Catch, haven't seen that one. Ryuichi, haven't seen that one either. Give It All, haven't seen this one either. It's so embarrassing that there are so many that I haven't seen. Sancho the Bailiff, it's so low. It should be in the top 5, at least in the top 10. Tokyo Olympiad, haven't seen yet. But it's a Konichiwa film, and it's in the Criterion Olympics set, and I think they released it individually as well. But the Olympics that do not interest me that much, so but I'm gonna watch them at some point. Take Care, Red Riding Hood. So I have heard about this film as well, but haven't watched it yet. The Family, yeah, haven't watched it. Well, this is a masterpiece, and it should be 100 places higher than it is. So it's Shinji Aoyama's Eureka, one of the masterpieces of the 2000s, I would say. The Face of Chizo, haven't seen this one, don't know anything about it. Yeah. Carmen Comes Home is a decent Kinoshita film, but not very good, and I think it shouldn't be on the list. Although I think this had some significance in Japan, maybe it was the first color film or something like that in Japan, so I think that's probably the reason why it is here. Vacuum Zone, haven't seen this one and don't know anything about it. Yearning by Mikio Naruse, one of his best films, absolutely love it. Japan's Longest Day, have heard great things about this one, but haven't seen it yet. Woman in the Dunes by Hiroshi Teshigahara, definitely should be here, but again should be 100 or 110, 120 places higher than it is now. Third Base, haven't seen that one. I guess it looks like a sports movie. The Funeral by Yuzo Itami, which kind of left me a bit cold, but it's definitely a pretty good movie. Yeah, I joined Daisuke stream last night again and actually kind of mentioned Itami's movies along with, and one of them, once that I mentioned was this one. So yeah, if you want to check that out. Jose, the Tiger and the Fish, haven't seen that one. Sisters of the Gion by Misoguchi, yeah, solid. Early film by him. Stakeout, yeah, I think this was on the other Kinema Junpo list as well. Yeah, want to see it at some point. The Rickshaw Man, haven't seen. Well, now we're talking. We have Death by Hanging by Nagisa Oshima. Absolute masterpiece, one of the best films of the Japanese new wave or any new wave movement for that matter. But I think it should be 120 or 130 places higher than it is now. Bitterness of Youth, another film on my watch list. Looks very interesting. Samurai Vendetta. I like samurai films a lot, so want to see this one. My Brother, My Love. I haven't seen it. Yeah. Men and War, Part 1, Prelude to Destiny. Haven't seen it. Yeah. Mother by Mikio Naruse. Haven't seen this one, I think. One of my viewers a year or two ago recommended this to me. Yeah, I think it was last year. But yeah, haven't seen it yet, but want to see it. I think this was available in the Criterion channel. The Garden of Women, haven't seen it. Giants and Toys by Masumura, so I think this is the first Masumura film here. And it's probably my least favorite out of the ones that I have watched, but it's still a decent movie. But I would rather have Red Angel here. And if we had Red Angel, it should definitely be, I think, in the top 30. Yeah. Akitsu Hot Springs, so I think this is a Yoshida film actually, and you know that I'm a huge fan of Yoshida, but this is one that I haven't seen yet. Two in the Shadow, one of Mikio Naruse's final films. Was this maybe even his final film, but it's excellent. So this is a Kaguru Ishii film, Mirrored Mind. Yeah, I love this one quite a lot. I watched this on YouTube. I think was it late last year. Dreamy 15, haven't seen it. I guess probably like a high school movie maybe. Mount Hakkoda. Haven't seen it and think I've never heard of it. I mean, I've gone through this list before, so in that way I've heard about all of these, but I think I've never clicked the letterbox page here, but I think it's some kind of a war movie. Typhoon Club I watched fairly recently. It's a Shinji Somai film, but I don't get Shinji Somai's style yet. I mean, the couple of films that I have seen from him have been good, but I haven't developed like a personal connection to the films yet. But we'll see in the future. So this one I reviewed last year. It's available in the Rare Film website. It's called Musuko or My Sons. Yeah, absolutely love this. Yeah, it's kind of a Ozu film, Ozu-esque film. Yeah. Well, this is a great movie by Yoshimitsu Morita. It's called Haru. This one you can always find on YouTube in great quality, and I think it's a very accessible film. So I always try to champion it to people. So definitely watch it. One of the best Japanese films of the 90s. Linda, Linda, Linda. I've heard many great things about. For example, from Steve for films, and it's been on my list for many years at this point, but still haven't gotten around to it. But this usually is available in the Internet Archive website and also on YouTube. Summertime Machine Blues. Yeah, I've heard good things about this, but I haven't seen it yet. Well, this one I talked about a bit recently on my recent watches video that I made like a month ago. It's called 1 Million Yen Girl. I like this one a lot, so I'm glad to see it here. And I think this is a pretty good placement for it. I Was Born, but usually considered to be like Osu's best early film. And yeah, I would probably agree with that. It's a great movie. I'm glad to see it here. Akanishi Kakita. Yeah, don't know anything about this, but based on the poster, it looks fascinating. Drunken Angel, one of the better early Kurosawa films, where chimneys are seen. Yeah, I have heard about this, but yeah, I haven't seen it. 13 Assassins, so this isn't the Takashi Miike 13 Assassins. That one I have seen, but this one I haven't seen. It's by Eiichi Uda. The Age of Assassins. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. We are getting near to the end. So we have Kageracha. So I think this is also part of the Taisho trilogy that I mentioned earlier. So again, I haven't seen any of the films on the trilogy, but they are very high on my watch list. So this is an early Naruto film that I haven't seen. It's called Tsuruhachi and Tsuruchira. Yeah. The Long Dead. Haven't seen it. Sudden Rain. Haven't seen it. Hard I hate to say. Haven't seen it. I should have seen all of these by now. I'm already 28 years old. I've been into Japanese cinema for a long time, so I have no excuses. But yeah, Kamikaze Taxi. Yeah, sounds like a fun movie based on the name, but I haven't watched it. So all of these five I haven't seen. Embarrassing. Yeah, we have Ring. Yeah, I think I never watched the like original Japanese one. I've watched the remake, I think, but I might have watched this as a kid, but I'm not quite sure. Keiko. So this is one that I've wanted to see for many years, but I don't know if this is available anywhere. But yeah, it sounds like my cup of tea. Nabi Slav. Know nothing about that one. Priest of Darkness. Know nothing about that one either. Singing Lovebirds. Well, I don't really know anything about that either. But this is interesting to find many of these films that I don't really know much about. The Ball at the Ancho House. Yeah, want to see that one. It's been on my list for quite a while. Rayside Shakedown 2. Based on the poster, that looks awful, but maybe it's fun. Till we meet again. Haven't seen it. Yunaki City, Sakura Country. Well, it has a pretty beautiful poster, so maybe it's really beautiful film. Susaki Paradise, Red Light District. This one I watched in the Rare Film website. It's in a pretty good quality there. So yeah, liked it quite a lot. Haven't seen this one. Galaxy Express 999, the movie. Amagi Pass. Haven't seen that one. The Taxing Woman, I think this is another Yuzo Itami film, so really want to see that one. Tokiwa, the manga apartment, oh that might be interesting. Torasan's Sunrise and Sunset, so another Torasan films, and then the last row, Afterlife by Hirokazu Koreeda. So this one in the cinema, one of his best films. Glad to see it here. It could be a bit higher. We have Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Pulse. I actually love this one too, and I think it could be a bit higher as well. Really glad to see this one here, Ryosuke Hashiguchi's Hush. Like I'm like the only person who tries to champion this film, but also available in the Rare Film website. Very good film. The Buried Forest is on my watch list, but I haven't watched it yet. But that was the list. Very interesting, again, very different from my list. Although if I had seen all of these films, it's hard to say what I would think about those films, but I do want to, again, watch those films because I try to watch as many Japanese films as I can because I love Japanese cinema more than any other form of cinema. I also want to kind of I watch all types of Japanese cinema, also the type of Japanese cinema that might not kind of appeal to me at first, but I want to challenge myself to also watch the ones that I think might not be my cup of tea. But yeah, very interesting list. Of course, it has many of these films that you would expect, like again, Tokyo Story 7, Samurai Ikiru, Floating Clouds, High and Low, etc. But then it has so many of those films that nobody has heard of here in Europe or in America, so that's very interesting. But yeah, let me know what you think of this list. And definitely let me know your thoughts about any of these films or anything that I said in this video. And also, I'd love to hear your thoughts about the films that I haven't seen yet and whether you would recommend them and whether you like them or not. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't drink Coke at all. Sayonara and arigato gozaimashita.